Hello, good afternoon. First of all, congratulations for the endurance that you're still here. And I'm very pleased to be here, and I'll jump right into it. The presentation will be about 15 minutes, and half of it will be a video which shows how this application basically works, so it won't be too difficult, hopefully. Okay, so first of all, I'm the lead content designer and head of methodology at Xeropan, which is a language learning and language teaching app. And our goal and mission is basically to teach languages, both general and ESP, so special languages, special languages for special purposes, for fun, but for the dedicated. And it is I think it's an intriguing mission, but we're trying to fulfill it. And to be honest, for the last couple of years we've been trying very hard to fulfill the wishes and needs of both K-12 education, so elementary schools and secondary schools, and higher education institutions. And of course we are present in B2C level as well. We teach 5 general languages: English, German, French, Spanish, and Hungarian as a foreign language. And the last one is very important because, as far as we know, on this level, there are certain applications that do teach Hungarian, but not with this complexity. And since we have a very strong relationship and connections to the Hungarian higher education institutions, where there are several 10,000s of foreign students, it is very important and crucial because this language program is specially designed for them, so they can find their ways and the first steps in Hungary, in the place where they have to live and to study. And our other specialty are those 11, we call them ESPs, English for Special Purposes. These are technical language courses from business to law to medical sciences. And we teach them in various different languages. So basically, it's you can study medical English, for instance, in German or Italian. It's up to you. And we're trying to. I don't really. That's the reason I'm hesitating, because I wanted to say we're trying to teach languages, but this is not really what we do. We help students and help people to learn and acquire languages, and it is very important because it's not the knowledge. Okay, we provide some knowledge and information, but the knowledge of the language, the acquisition of the language, has to be done by themselves, and we're trying to do it first of all in a digital environment, which is I think it's a DAR nowadays in the world, especially with Gen Z and Alpha students, language learners, and we're trying to create this application as customizable as possible with all the learning materials, and I'm going to discuss this in a bit more detail later. And so everyone can find his or her path on this road. And gamification, of course, a very important part of it. So this is the fun part of the language. You can earn stars and collect points, and you can go on missions. And there is a frame story, so we have plenty of gamification elements. But we also do have the so-called scaffolding, so the structure is very strictly built and based on the CFR levels and their recommendations. And this whole system, we live in 2025, is not based on, but there is a huge help of the AI, artificial intelligence. But this application was made before AI existed, or the AI as we know it today. So we have huge ground materials, and we use AI to help the students to specialize and follow their needs. Okay, time is running, so I need to move on. This application is not only a self-study app, but also a language learning app, but also we have a learning management system, so-called Xeropan Classroom, which helps teachers to monitor the students' progress and assign lessons and mentoring them through various parts and elements of this application. So this is a whole complex package that has been used for the last 4 years in Hungarian elementary and secondary schools. And also, this is what we do and we provide the same services for higher education institutions. And in the institutions where there are teacher programs, there are training teachers, we also, of course, provide this learning management system that is used in secondary and elementary schools, and also where they have these foreign language offices at the various institutions. It can also be used there as well. And of course, if you have 40,000 university students, you need to get some reports and you need to know some data about the progress, and we provide detailed analytics and reports on a regular basis, but also this element system is able to provide statistics and progress tests and whatnot. Okay, the success stories, I also already mentioned the K-12 education, higher education, we are on the B2C business to customers level as well. We serve more than 3 million learners throughout the world, basically, with very good ratings and lots of prizes, so we're very happy about it. And we also have some projects for instance, with the Hungarian government. We created a special course called Public Administration Module for the public servants in Hungary. And so we're quite, our activities are quite widespread. Okay, about the curriculum, so basically it's a language learning app. We teach vocabulary, which the student will meet in audio and video lessons, and this is one specialty of our application. So we use real-life, authentic video materials, which do not teach but represent real-life situations. So we don't teach or don't talk about vendoring elephants, because it makes really no sense, but real-life situation in different topics on different language levels. And the part of our scaffolding is grammar. It is very important, but first we try to show the students how it works, and they can practice it, and then we tell them why it works that way with lots of examples. And I think the Achilles heel of every application, every learning activity is the practicing of the productive skills, and we help the students to learn their pronunciation or improve their pronunciation skills, and we have AI speaking simulations, which are really interesting. I'm going to show you a short video about it in a minute. And so these speaking simulations are based on the tagging system that we created in the background, and they set basically the parameters of a situation. There is a character and the situation, but the conversation itself is basically free. So you can talk about whatever you want, and the AI speaking partner will adjust to your language skills, to your wishes, to your basically replies on the same level as you approach it. But I'll show it in a second. Okay. So basically, the personalized language learning has to be based on tagging. So all of our lessons, all of our lesson tests are tagged either with topic, grammar, or use of language tags. And of course, CFR plays a crucial part in it. And the so-called, not maybe those who are from Hungary are familiar with this expression. So it is. So we had to adjust the content to the needs of the Hungarian educational system, and starting from this point, we can create personalized learning paths, and that makes our AI conversations so effective, and that's how and why the teachers can adapt to the learners' weaknesses and strengths, because they can check it in this learning management app. And as far as the topic of higher education, since last November, we have been available in Neptune. Though for those who are not from Hungary, it is the unified study system for higher education in Hungary, used through all around higher education institutions, and basically each and every student and educator can check in the Neptune system under electronic learning materials and language learning app, and basically they can download the Xeropan app and use their Neptune code, and from that point to them it is free, and they can learn both general and special technical languages. Our pilot program, as you mentioned, it was or it has been with Dénes Gábor Universities, and it started in 2023, and we just at first we just started to build a kind of a mutual understanding how and what we could and should offer the students, and now there is a compulsory course at the university which is titled Foreign Language, and students can study basically whatever they want, and based on they have some requirements to fill or fulfill, and we send to university periodic user data reports, and they get their marks. It works very simply, and they like it a lot, because GDE, as we call it, has lots of faculties and different training programs, and each and every student can find his or her basically what they need and want to improve. And in August, I think on the 1st of August, this program will launch at one of the biggest universities and most famous universities in Hungary, Eötvös Loránd University. And we are in negotiations with different higher education institutions, as you can see the list. And if you don't find yourselves on the list, just you can contact us afterwards, and we can talk about the details. Okay, and now I have 1.5 minutes, so I'll try to. No, can you launch this video somehow, please? And can you move it to 1 minute? Okay, never mind. So these are the 5 languages. I'll try to do my best. So you can learn general languages and specialized languages. Now I'll pick a general language course. I'll pick English, and I can choose various multiple languages. I can set my own language level, or I can complete a placement test. It's up to me. And okay, let's continue. There is a frame story with Professor Max, and you have a study plan which you can follow, and then you get to the curriculum itself. You have levels, topics within levels, units beneath the topics, where you can learn, you practice your vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar skills. And what I wanted to show you was a conversation where there's Vera, this AI, there is a situation.
Hello, I'm Vera. Today we're talking about hotels and family holidays. What do you think makes a hotel good for families?
Well, definitely the pool is something children love.
Can you mute it, please? So basically, that's the way you start talking to this character, and it recognizes, there is a speech text recognition, so it recognizes what you say. And it doesn't just reflect to you what you say, but also follows how you say it. And if you make a mistake, there is a tip available which helps you and improves your productive skill and tells you, okay, you should say this instead of that. And you can use so basically you can improve your speaking skills within the conversation as well. There are the expressions of the unit which help you to express yourself in a better way, to elaborate your thoughts. And okay, my time is up. So basically, and if you restart the conversation and you go in a different direction, just feel free. If you're a level B2 student, if you want to, you're interested in a topic that is on level A2, no worries, go there, start the conversation. The generative AI will understand and realize that you're actually a better speaker than you're supposed to be, and adjusts its level or the level of conversation to your skills. So I think it's. I have been working on these conversational levels for quite a while now, and if there are upsides of AI, this is one of them. So it's basically if there is a thorough planning and you have the right prompts, they can do magic. Okay, so I'm really glad that we can help the K-12 students and the higher education students and educators, and thank you for having me, and have a nice day. Okay, there are plenty of differences. The first one, I think the biggest one I think I mentioned, that our curriculum is based on videos, real life situations, and it is. Just try to imagine a skeleton, this scaffolding, where we know that what topics, what grammar, what use of language or communicative goals we should teach on a particular level. We're trying to find real-life, authentic extracts, videos to them. If we can't find them, we make them, but 80% is authentic. Comes from I don't know, a movie, an interview, a vlogger's spot. And we build upon these. This is the first big difference. The second biggest difference is that we actually do teach grammar, but not grammar is the most important, but it is important enough for us to teach it, and we use it for scaffolding as well. And for the third one, I don't know if I know Duolingo Max. I use it, and we have approximately 700 videos, speaking interactions in the app, and I have been working on the rest of them. We'll get 300 more on level A1, and they're just on a different level. So you can try it. They're very simple. What they have are as much more complex and scaffolded.
Thank you very much.
I thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's supposed to be David Ritter, the president of our coalition, who at the beginning of the day thought that it's only headache, but it was quite obvious after a certain point that it's a flu. So me, as the vice president of the coalition, got the chance to do the closing remarks, not only closing the conference itself, but also assuming a little bit what I will bring with myself after these lively conversations and dialogues that we had the whole day. As I said at the beginning of the day, it is quite a pleasure that it became so international and that we have so many interesting people and stakeholders and startups and representatives of the various contexts of education technology, both that allowed us to not only to have speakers and from different cultures, but also to face different realities of this field and have a complex overview of the landscape itself, so that we could learn from each other and also make a comparison, which I think was quite interesting because obviously the main focuses were always around AI and ethics, around STEM, algorithmic thinking, engineering, and pedagogical methodology, which were actually dialogues in which the participants and stakeholders could participate in. And I think it is crucial nowadays to talk about also the downsides of it, why it is important to have encounters like this. Because after COVID and the whole education technological sphere took on, and everyone was talking about digital solutions in education, then we faced the challenges and the threat of AI, because even if we know how AI can help these tools, there were a lot of fear and hesitation on the use of AI, especially at the beginning. So we needed to educate the common thought and the common standpoint on AI, what we should think about AI, how we could use AI, and how AI can be part of our everyday life. And now the situation on getting waking up on the overuse and the overdose of digital equipment made us stop in a lot of things and made us prohibit and limit the digital tools in schools and higher education. And this is also a challenge that the education technological sphere is facing. And for these reasons, I think it is very important that we have such encounters and meetings, because whatever we do, technology, AI, education technology is here around us. Our responsibility is, and I can say it also as Vice President of the European EdTech Alliance and Vice President of the Hungarian Coalition, and this is also aligned what Jani Jeppensen at the beginning of the day was leaving as message in her video from Norway, is that we really have to own this sphere and we really have to make an impact how we would like to have it. And I can't repeat the key word that we were using the whole day, is that we have to shape what we think of this and what others think of that, this whole sphere of education technology and of the opportunities and possibilities that education technology can give to teachers, students, educators, researchers, and so on. So I think that we have a common responsibility to share. And thank you very much for participating in this dialogue, that we can continue with the coffee or a wine or a Prosecco or something, which will be upstairs in front of the entrance. So you are all very welcome to this networking gathering for closure. And thank you very much for holding on tight the whole day. And thank you very much for being here from all over Europe. And I hope to see you next time in EdTech 2026. Thank you very much.